What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about stacking cash for emergency situations, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, and if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have a bunch of gear that has been up for grabs, but we just brought back the Stack and Don't Look Back silver and gold t-shirt and hoodie, and the brand new DYDSS Maple, which was obviously inspired by the Canadian maple leaf. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, we're going to be talking about stacking, but not what we usually are referring to. We're not talking about stacking silver. We're not talking about stacking gold. We're not talking about stacking any other form of metal, whether it's precious metal or industrial metal. Today, we're going to be talking about stacking cash. Those paper, fiat, glorified IOU dollars. We're going to be talking about currency today. And the reason for this, what inspired today's video was on one of my previous videos, I was asked a question in the comment section. And the question says, how much cash do you think people should keep at home for emergency or SHTF, whatever purposes? I watch stacking videos where stackers will have a stack of cash of 20s along with their gold and silver, but they never mention how much a person should keep. So first and foremost, thank you so much for asking the question. I look forward to answering it throughout the course of the video. But really quick, everybody watching right now, if you have any questions for me, feel free to head on down to the comments and ask away. I'd be more than happy to dedicate an entire video to you and answering your question. Maybe you are a new stacker and you want to just know some facts or information. Maybe you're a longtime stacker and you want to know my opinion on something specific, a hypothetical question, a this or that question, whatever the case may be. Anything stacking or prepping related, head on down to the comments and ask away. Who knows? Maybe your question will be answered in the next video. But back to the topic at hand. In terms of stacking cash, this is something that I personally have always done. I think I mentioned it just 2 or 3 days ago in another video. I said I've only been stacking silver and gold for a little over a year and a half. I wasn't introduced to precious metals very long ago. I'm brand new, if you think about it. However, I have been stacking cash for years. And something that I always go back to, I hate to be repetitive, but I always go back to Hurricane Sandy, I believe 2012, 2013. The reason for this is because that is the first time I actually experienced a minor, I don't want to call it an SHTF situation. That's not what I would like to believe that it was, but it was a really difficult week and a half, 2 weeks. No power, darkness, everything was cash only, couldn't swipe a credit card, couldn't swipe a debit card, couldn't run to the ATM. So even if you were a multimillionaire, you had no access to your money, unless of course you had cash on hand. Rich, wealthy people who don't have access to their money are essentially poor until they get their access back. That's the way I see it. And when Hurricane Sandy hit, I saw a lot of people struggling. I saw a lot of people suffering. So I've always, at least since Hurricane Sandy, I've always kept cash around just in case something like that were to happen again. So the question is, how much cash should a person stack? And to be honest with you, I cannot answer the question for you. Every single person is different. Everybody viewing the video has a different financial situation. Some of us make more than others. Some of us are required to spend more than others. Some of us are married with kids, and some of us are single with a dog. You know, we all have different expenses. We all have different incomes. So there's a lot of factors to take into consideration. You know, whatever you would stack for yourself, I would double it. If you have somebody else that you're prepping for, triple it. If you have, you know, a wife or a husband and several kids, you know, try to keep it even. Try to prepare for everyone, obviously not just for yourself. I would say a safe bet would be to have 2, maybe 3 months salary locked away in a safe. I do not believe it's necessary to have, tens of thousands of dollars. You don't need to have insane amounts of money. You don't need to have like an entire safe dedicated to just stacks of cash. I do not think that's necessary, but maybe 2 or 3 months salary, or 2 or 3 months rent, or if you actually sit down and you do the math and you figure out exactly how much money you need to spend just for simple survival, I would say 2 or 3 months worth is a pretty safe bet. If it's possible, if it's doable for you, maybe more. However, I don't think it's completely necessary. One of the main things I would say you would need to spend your money on, if and when SHTF happens or just some state of emergency happens and you need to get up and get out, I'm willing to bet that you should have money for a motel or a hotel if you need somewhere else to sleep at night. You're going to need walls and you're going to need a roof over your head. Whether it's camping out in the car, or whether it's staying at somebody else's house, or needing to stay at a hotel or a motel. I think that's one of the big things that people need to take into consideration, considering those can get, kind of pricey depending on where you're at and how long you plan on staying there for. Something else that I think we need to take into consideration is something that can actually reduce the amount of money you're going to feel like you need to stack. And that's by prepping the things that you would need to spend your money on. Make sure you're not just stacking the precious metals, you're not just stacking the cash. Make sure you're stacking the tools and the equipment that is going to be required. Make sure you are stacking the food, the canned soups and beans, the boxed pastas, the dehydrated fruits and vegetables, the MREs. The reason I say this is because it can take so much weight off of your shoulders, not having to worry about, oh no, do I have the money for food? You don't have to worry about the money for food because you already have the food. Long-term food storage, in my opinion, is absolutely mandatory. That's borderline more important than the cash, although they're both equally important. So, take everything I said into consideration. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an expert or professional in any of this subject matter, but it's something worth talking about. It's something worth thinking about. It's something worth having a conversation about. So if anybody has any tips or recommendations that they would like to include, maybe something that I missed, head on down to the comments and let us know. If you have any questions for me that you would like to see answered in an upcoming video, ask away in the comment section. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel, for exclusive content, posting about once a week. Just posted 3 new silver and gold themed vlog style videos, a hidden camera pawn shop integrity test, and the brand new gold stocks video. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. We got a bunch of t-shirts and hoodies, a whole lot of gear that is being sold to raise funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course, we just brought back the Stack and Don't Look Back t-shirt and hoodie, available in either silver or gold, depending on your preference. And we just dropped the DYDSS Maple, which was clearly inspired by the Canadian silver and or gold maple leaf. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts regarding stacking cash? Is this something that you do because the dollar bill, if you live in the US anyway, that's just the system we were handed. That's the tool that we use. Do you stack cash for that reason? Do you avoid stacking cash altogether because you don't think it matters and you're strictly only stacking the silver, the gold, maybe some other types of metals? Let me know in the comments. how much money you think a person should stack just in case things go down. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.